Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Shayna Renee and we are back for another video. Yay, finally. Today's date is Tuesday, October 3rd. It is 1:32 p.m. and I'm like, let me make a video because I have to make some content today, and since my makeup's done, let me do this video that has been requested by you guys. But before we get into today's video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for the vibes as always. Today I'll be answering a few questions that you guys have. You guys sent me a ton of questions on Instagram asking about my pregnancy journey and how it's been. A lot of them are very repetitive, but for the most part I just picked 11 of my favorite questions and I put them on this piece of paper right here, so that way I stay focused and on track, so that way I don't get distracted. Normally I try to read it off my phone and then it's just like a mess, so I'm like, let me write them down today. But today I'm going to share with you guys how my pregnancy has been going, how I found out I was pregnant, all these questions that you guys, I guess, want to know. So yeah, that's really it. Let's just get straight into this video so it can be nice and short and sweet. So yeah, let's do that. This first question was, how did you find out you were pregnant? What were your signs and symptoms? So when I first got pregnant, I guess you could say I didn't even know, because I found out when I was about 8 weeks or 6 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks. So I was already like almost 2 months into my pregnancy and I didn't even know. So initially I obviously missed my period, but when I did realize I missed my period, I took a pregnancy test and it came back negative. So I'm like, lit, we in the game. Like, I don't have to worry about that. So I ended up going somewhere, and then when I came back after like a week, I'm like, my period's still not here, let me take another test. But in my head I'm not thinking it's about to be a positive test because my test before was negative, but I'm just like, why is my period still here? I'm the kind of person, I've always had a regular period. I've never had to take like birth control or anything like that to regulate my period, so it was a little alarming that my schedule was off. So when I came back, I took the other pregnancy test and it was positive. And honestly, y'all, like, I don't even want to say that I was in shock. Like, I wasn't in shock. I mean, I kind of was in shock because I wasn't expecting to be pregnant, but I guess that's what happens when you're, you know, not using protection. I guess, like, I don't know. But it still wasn't, like, I didn't expect it to happen, because even though I was not being 100% using protection, I was still being safe, if that makes sense. Like, if you know, you know. But, and don't judge me, I'm just saying. But I was just really shocked because I'm like, damn, like, I just wasn't expecting that. So it did catch me off guard, but I didn't really have any signs or symptoms until like literally a week or two after I took the pregnancy test, the positive pregnancy test. Probably about 2 weeks later, I started having like horrible fatigue. I was tired all the time, super nauseous. I could not, like, I literally could not do anything. Everything made me, excuse me, nauseous. Like, just looking at like clothes or like my vlogging camera, like things that I used to love, it just made me want to, like, I was having like aversions, I think that's the word, to it. Like, those are things I used to love to do, like get dressed up or vlog on my YouTube and do things like that, make content. The thought of those things would make me sick. It's the weirdest thing. Like, I know I hear women talk about like the smell of their house might make them sick, or eating certain foods might make them sick. I was having aversions to things that I used to just love to do, period. It was so weird. So I spent a lot of like the beginning of my pregnancy like on like bed rest. So during the time that you guys would not see me on social media, not posting, not doing anything, I was literally in the bed. Even the thought of social media made me very nauseous. Like, I would try to scroll on TikTok and I would just be like, ugh, I don't even want to do this. Like, I just was doing nothing, like sleeping. So that's really it. I didn't have any signs besides missing my period, and the symptoms was just having really weird aversions to things. I would also start getting like really bad heartburn and stuff after a while. But now that I'm in my second trimester, it's like smooth sailing for now. for now. But every now and then if I eat something weird, I do get like certain like heartburn symptoms, but I haven't had like any like nausea, thankfully, which is like, I'm so grateful for that, because that was the hardest part for me. I don't like feeling nauseous, and I'm not the kind of person to throw up. Like, I was holding back vomit my whole first trimester. Like, there was times that I would feel like I need to throw up, and I would like stop myself from doing it, only because I just don't like the feeling of throwing up. I feel like it's just a feeling I just cannot get with, and it's really bad for your teeth. So thankfully I haven't thrown up during my whole pregnancy. But anyway, next question. The next question is, what was your first reaction? So kind of going back to kind of what I just said, it was like confusion in a sense. Like, am I really pregnant? Am I really about to go down this road? Is my life over? Like, these are the questions I started having. It did take me a few weeks to really grasp the idea of me being pregnant and actually going along with my pregnancy, because I am a pro-choice person. I don't feel like if anybody doesn't want to be pregnant, I feel like women should have the rights to decide. So when I decided, like, yeah, I'm gonna go along with my pregnancy, this is what I'm doing, I was just like, wow, like, this is really a big decision that I have to make. This is not, it's no longer just Shayna. It's no longer Shayna Renee, and it's just me, myself, and I. It's me and this person that's going to be attached to me for the rest of my life. Like, it's just, I just feel like when you decide to get pregnant, you're like kind of saying RIP to my old life in a sense. And don't get me wrong, like, I don't know how my life will be moving forward after having a baby, but I just feel like there's no way it will ever be the same. So that was definitely something I had to think about. So it was just like a lot of emotions. I can't tell you one reaction that I had, because it was a ton of emotions that I was dealing with at once. Like, borderline kind of depression, because it's just something I wasn't ready for or planning for. So it just happening so randomly, it's just something I really had to readjust my thinking and my whole mindset into accepting. So that's the best way I can answer that question. And I actually really like this one, was how has being pregnant impacted you as an influencer, both negatively and positively? So I would say so far, it has impacted me more negatively, only because, like I told you guys before, like, during my first trimester, I didn't want to be on camera. I didn't want to be recorded. I didn't want to make content. I didn't want to get dressed. I didn't want to do anything. Like, I was, like I said, going through, I feel like, some type of depressive state, a time that I've never been in mentally. So because of that, being a content creator, you have to constantly show up on camera, make videos, be present, put yourself out there. And literally that damn near 3.5, 4 month break that I took of not making content, it affected me in a lot of different ways, mainly financially, because if I'm not putting out content, I'm not making myself a great prospect to brands to find my page, reach out to me. It's just like a dead zone in a sense. So, and it's not that I didn't want to work, I just physically couldn't move, you know. And influencing, content creating, it's a very, like, excuse me, it's a very competitive space where it's like you have to constantly be putting yourself out there. And I'm not saying competitive in a way like you're competing with your peers. I'm saying competition in a way of trying to get yourself out there to secure deals. That's the type of competitiveness I mean. So yeah, so far I feel like it's definitely had more of a negative impact because I just wasn't able to work. But I'm obviously just trying to get back into my groove and do things slowly at my pace, because like I said, I want to make sure my health and my mental health is a priority. So that's really that. As my life adjusts into this new space that I'm in, I know I will find different ways to make things work. So I just gotta take things one day at a time, and that's honestly what I'm doing. This is definitely a new journey that I'm on. I've never went through anything like this before. Like, I understand why women, when they get pregnant, they say like it's just something you just can't describe, because it's just something totally new that I have to just personally adjust myself to. So right now I would say it was just more of a negative impact initially, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel, so I know it's going to turn to something very positive, especially when my baby gets here. And now I'm like in a better mindset, 100%. like I feel way better. I think just me being sick for the most part is what had me like really dealing with a lot of the emotions and feelings that I was going through when I first found out though. So yeah, next question. A lot of you guys want to know what's my preference on the gender, whether it's a boy or a girl. And I really have no preference, and it's so crazy because tomorrow is my anatomy scan appointment. Oh my god, so that's when I will be finding out the gender, but I'm not gonna find out at the actual doctor's appointment. I'm gonna find out on October 7th because that is the day of my gender reveal. So I will be sharing that with you guys as well on TikTok, YouTube, and on Instagram. I'm excited to find out what my baby is. I don't have a preference on the gender. I would honestly be happy with either gender, whether it's a boy or a girl. I don't know, like people keep saying they can see me as a boy mom, people keep saying they can see me as a girl mom. I can see myself as whatever. Like I would be more surprised if I'm having a boy, because especially on my mom's side, we just have girls. Like it's just a bunch of girls. So if I was supposed to break the cycle and have a boy, I would be very shocked. But like I said, there's no preference. So I guess we just gotta wait and see what happens, because I really don't have a preference on the gender at all. Next question was, what craving do I have the most? So initially when I first got pregnant, the only thing that I would actually crave and want to eat and not make me nauseous was grits, y'all. Grits with scrambled eggs and beef sausage. That was my go-to breakfast every day for like the first 3 months, excuse me, I feel like. And honestly, that shit made me gain so much weight. When I first got pregnant, I was 128 pounds, y'all. I am now 145 pounds. I went to a nutritionist and she said I need to slow down with my weight because I don't want to have any type of issues moving forward. So yeah, that was one of my cravings, and it was a bad craving to have because grits, oats, anything like that, if you eat too much of it too often, it will make you gain weight. So I slowed down on that recently. I actually just had some grits like last week. But other than that, like I don't eat it every day like how it was. But my new craving at the moment has been fish fillets from McDonald's. And let me tell you guys, I never had a fish fillet in my life until I got pregnant. I don't know, I just started craving it out the random one day, and I'm like, why am I wanting a fish fillet? I've never had this before. And I'm just like, that's so weird. So I started doing research on TikTok and stuff, and people said they would always get cravings for stuff that they never had ever during their pregnancy. So I thought that was so crazy. So I've been having like fish fillets with french fries and nuggets. Also eating that in moderation because I'm not a big like fast food eater. I prefer to, you know, cook all my meals. But that's really like the main like 2 things that I could say that I've been like actually wanting. I'm trying to think, like what else have I eaten a lot of? I've eaten a lot of like pasta, but I haven't really been craving pasta. Oh my god, there was one week when I was craving Caesar salads like every day. That was a good period too. I don't know, like I don't have like my cravings, they don't like, they shift. And another thing I've noticed about my pregnancy too, is that if I'm scrolling like on TikTok or Instagram and I see somebody eating chicken tenders, I'm gonna want chicken tenders. If I see somebody eating tacos, I'm gonna want tacos. Like it kind of works based on what I see at the moment, which is annoying because it's just like after I see it, I just have to have it right then and there, and I can't always have it at that time. So that's annoying. This question was, what age did you want to become pregnant? I used to always say, so I'm 27 now. I turned 27 this last August. When I was 10 years old, my older cousin got pregnant with my little cousin at 27. And that was my first experience as a child seeing somebody being pregnant, you know? So, well, somebody close to me being pregnant. So when she was 27, she got pregnant. And I would always say like, oh, when I turn 27, I'm gonna have a baby, I'm gonna have a baby. I would always say that to people in my family, like not really legitimately meaning it, like literally. But be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm gonna say. Be careful what you wish for, because here I am 17 years later, pregnant at 27, and I'm not mad at it. Like, I think it's a great age. Could I have waited a little longer? Absolutely. But I also feel like once I have this baby at 27, I can still live out my life in my 20s just with a new addition. So 27 was the year I always wanted to get pregnant, and it happened. God heard me, and here we are. Next question you guys are asking about Bentley. So I had to call him because he was on the couch in the living room. You guys said, what you said? Have you noticed a change in Bentley's behavior? So I haven't really noticed a big change, but one thing I would say, like, sometimes he gets in these moods when he wants to be like literally all on me, like all day, like literally sniffing me. If I come in the house, like, he'll sniff me for like long periods of time, which is weird. But other than that, he's just gotten like super clingy. Like, he's always been a clingy dog, okay, but now it's just like to the max. Like, Bentley's gonna be a big brother, or Bentley. Wait, no, do not lick me. That's enough. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really seen a big shift, but I just try to make sure I give him as much attention as possible, because I do hear like dogs can sense when something is happening, when things are changing. So I try to definitely set aside time in my day to still like take him on walks, make sure I give him treats, play with him, because I don't want him to feel left out, like, at all. That's one thing I would never want. And I definitely want to perfect the balance of having a child and a dog, because I'm not getting rid of Bentley. I don't want to. So I'm gonna have to figure it out. I'm gonna have 2 kids at this point. Next question was home birth or in a hospital. I'm definitely going the hospital route, but I would say that I do want to have a natural birth. And when I say natural, I just mean like no epidural or no like induction or anything like that. So that's my goal, that's my plan. As much as I want to have a solid birth plan, you know, things don't always work out exactly how you plan, but that is what I personally would like for my birth. My mom keeps telling me, you're not doing epidural. No, you're not having the epidural. Your body is made to handle the pain naturally. And she loves to say, oh, you wasn't complaining when you was making the baby, so don't complain now when it's time to push the baby out. So as long as my mom's there, it don't seem like I'm getting an epidural. And then I also hear, like, one of my friends she's had a baby recently, and she had epidural, and she does tell me like it does cause a lot of back pains down the line, and that's something I'm not trying to deal with during something temporary like labor. Like, it's a temporary pain. I would really like to just push my body to get it done. My cousin has also had a natural birth, no epidural. So I'm like, I gotta live up to the family history. I can't be the only one chickening out and getting the epidural. But let's see what happens when that time comes. I typically do have a very high pain tolerance, so I'm not too nervous, but people do say that birth pain is something that you would just never be prepared for. So let's just see what happens. All right, guys, we're getting down to the last few questions, the last 3 questions. And the next question is, are you still with your child's father? Yes, I am. Fortunately, I do not have to be a single parent, thankfully. And he's very excited to be a parent. He's very hands-on. He's been helping me through this whole process and has been there with me through every doctor's appointment, making sure I eat, feeding me, doing anything that I need just to make this a more seamless pregnancy for me. So shout outs to my baby daddy, okay? Shout outs to you, because I don't know how I would do this alone. Seriously, it's not easy, and I really commend the women out there that has to do it alone, because if I didn't have that support system that I do have from him and my family, it would just really be hard. I would get through it, but it would definitely be hard. Next question is, did it take a while to become pregnant? I guess my answer to that would be no. It wasn't planned, and I wasn't trying to get pregnant. It was very expected, and for that I'm grateful, because I know a lot of women do struggle with getting pregnant. And if you are one of those women that are watching this, your time will come in whichever way it's supposed to come, whether it's going on a, I think it's an IVF journey. I don't know all the specifics, but I was not trying to get pregnant, so I don't know if it took a while or not. But based on the fact that it happened so spur of the moment, I would just say no, it didn't take a while for me to get pregnant. But yeah, just have faith in your journey and Godspeed. That's the best thing I can say if you are trying to get pregnant. And just don't stress about it too much. Stress is not good for the body. I do hear a lot of women who have went on, you know, medicated journeys to get pregnant. I heard it's very stressful on their bodies, and it's sometimes for some women down the line, they just randomly end up getting pregnant when they least expect it. So that's something I will also say, but I'm not a professional at that because I don't have that experience, but I'm just speaking on what I've heard. Last and final question is, what are you most excited about on this journey? I'm just excited to see like how my life changes and flourishes through this entire experience. I know it's going to be life-changing, and I'm just excited just to guide someone as a mom and teach them things that I didn't learn, and basically the mistakes that I've made, hopefully try to prevent them from making the same mistakes, and just being an active role model in my child's life. I'm excited to have my own family. I'm excited for Christmases and holidays to now be something that I can start my own traditions from and do things with my kid. Like these, I'm not gonna lie, Christmas and stuff is just not the same. But then, you know, when people have kids, like, you do it for your children. So I'm excited for holidays. I'm excited just to have a new member of the family that my family can spoil, and just, I don't know, I just feel like it's a very joyful time, not only for me and my partner, but also for my entire family. Everybody is just so excited to have a new baby. So I'm just excited just for the whole experience with my entire family. And I don't know, pregnancy is hard, it's not easy, but I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and my baby would be a result of that light at the end of the tunnel. Because once the baby comes, it's just like, that's it, you're in an 18-year bid, really a lifetime bid, but you know, legally 18 years. So that's really all. I just can't wait. You guys will definitely be going along for the journey. Like I told you guys, my gender reveal is this week, so I will be vlogging those next few days leading up to my gender reveal. I'm gonna vlog going to my doctor's appointment tomorrow, all those things. So I will have more content coming for you guys. I would like to show you guys more things now that I'm feeling better and up to vlogging, thank God. So yes, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and let me know what you guys want to see in future videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.